In the opulent heart of 17th century France, under the golden gaze of the Sun King, a shadow was cast so deep it has never truly faded. A man lived and died in the kingdom's most formidable prisons, his face and his story forever hidden from the world behind a mask. This is the story of that shadow, a secret sealed in iron, an echo of a time when a king's power was absolute and some truths were too dangerous to ever see the light of day. Welcome to Echoes of Time, your portal to the forgotten pages of history. Today, we delve into one of history's most profound and enduring enigmas, the identity of the man in the iron mask. For centuries, this mystery has captivated the minds of historians, writers, and dreamers alike. It is a tale woven into the very fabric of the French monarchy, a secret so profound that its exposure threatened to shake the very foundations of power. Join us as we journey back to the age of Louis XIV to navigate the labyrinthine corridors of royal intrigue and confront a secret the state was willing to kill to protect. Our story begins not with a name, but with an absence. From at least the year 1669, a nameless individual was taken into custody, beginning an imprisonment that would last over 3 decades until his death in 1703. This was no ordinary captive. The level of secrecy surrounding him was unprecedented. He was shuttled between France's most notorious prisons, each a symbol of the crown's unassailable authority. He knew the cold, damp walls of the island fortress of Sainte-Marguerite, a remote bastion surrounded by the unforgiving sea. And he would end his days in the dark heart of Paris, within the infamous Bastille, a place where the king's enemies vanished, their stories erased from the world. Throughout this long and lonely confinement, the prisoner's jailers were bound by the strictest orders. Their primary duty was not merely to prevent his escape, but to protect his identity at all costs. His face was to be perpetually concealed, hidden behind a mask. While popular legend remembers it as iron, it was more likely a mask of black velvet, but its purpose was the same: to render him anonymous, a ghost in his own life. Any who saw his face, any who heard him speak of his past, would be signing their own death warrant. The state had decreed that this man would become a non-person, his existence a classified secret of the highest order. Historical records, those precious windows into the past, offer only tantalizing glimpses, frustrating fragments that raise more questions than they answer. They confirm his existence, his movements, the unusual deference with which he was sometimes treated, but they guard his name with an impenetrable silence. For a time, this royal prisoner was a secret known only to a select few. But secrets of this magnitude have a way of seeping through the cracks of history. It was the great writer and philosopher Voltaire who, decades later, first brought the story to the public's attention. Fueled by rumor and early accounts, he painted a portrait of a prisoner of immense political importance, a figure whose true identity could unravel the carefully constructed narrative of the French monarchy. Voltaire's writings ignited a fire of public fascination that has never been extinguished. He transformed a state secret into an enduring legend, a historical puzzle box that generations have tried to unlock. Who was this man? What crime could possibly warrant such an extraordinary lifelong erasure? Over the centuries, the vacuum of evidence has been filled with a host of compelling hypotheses, each offering a potential key to the mystery. Each theory adds another layer to the intricate tapestry of this historical puzzle, sparking intense debates among scholars and enthusiasts alike. The search for the man's identity leads us down a shadowy hall of portraits, each a plausible candidate, yet none a perfect fit. One of the most enduring theories points to a man named Eustache Dogger. On the surface, he seems an unlikely candidate, a humble valet. Yet his name appears in historical records connected to the prisoner's early captivity. What could a simple valet have done to warrant such a fate? Proponents of this theory suggest Dogger was not imprisoned for who he was, but for what he knew. Perhaps, in his service to a powerful nobleman, he became privy to a dangerous state secret, a piece of information so compromising to the king or his court that his silence had to be guaranteed for life. He might have overheard a plot, witnessed a forbidden affair, or stumbled upon a secret that could destabilize the kingdom. In the world of absolute monarchy, knowing the wrong thing at the wrong time was a crime as great as treason itself. For Eustache Dogger, his knowledge may have become a death sentence, served not by an executioner's axe, but by decades of enforced anonymity. Then there is the Italian connection, a theory centered on the diplomat Ercole Antonio Mattioli. A minister of the Duke of Mantua, Mattioli was involved in sensitive, secret negotiations with King Louis XIV. The theory posits that Mattioli, through an act of profound duplicity, betrayed the trust of the French king, revealing the details of a secret treaty to France's rivals. For the Sun King, an autocrat who saw himself as the living embodiment of the state, such a personal and political betrayal would have been an unforgivable insult. Was the masked man Mattioli, his severe and unusual punishment a personal vendetta exacted by a scorned monarch? Was his public identity erased as a warning to all others who might dare to cross the powerful King of France? It remains a potent and plausible explanation for the extreme measures taken. Of all the theories, however, one has captured the popular imagination more than any other, a tale of royal blood and hidden identity famously dramatized by the great novelist Alexandre Dumas. This is the theory of the twin brother. What if King Louis XIV had a twin, born moments after him? In an era of uncertain succession, the existence of two identical heirs could have been seen as a catastrophic threat, a guaranteed recipe for civil war. To secure the throne for one, the other had to be hidden, his existence denied. In this telling, the masked prisoner was none other than the king's own flesh and blood, his face hidden because it was identical to the most powerful man in the world. To see his face would be to see the king, and to ask the question, who was the rightful ruler? This theory, though lacking firm historical evidence, speaks to the deep-seated fears of monarchy and identity, a dramatic and compelling solution to the puzzle that places the secret at the very heart of the royal family. The list of candidates does not end there. Other theories, though less famous, are just as intriguing. Could the prisoner have been an illegitimate son of Anne of Austria, the king's own mother? Such a figure, a half-brother to the king, would have also posed a potential, if lesser, threat to the line of succession. Or perhaps he was a disgraced French general, a once loyal commander whose failure or betrayal was so great that it required an eternal punishment, his name and honor stripped away, his face hidden in shame. Each of these possibilities opens up new avenues of speculation, painting a picture of a 17th century court rife with secrets, where bloodlines and loyalty were matters of life and death. Here at Echoes of Time, we believe in peeling back the layers of myth to examine the historical evidence. Scholars have meticulously scrutinized the surviving records, letters between ministers, prison ledgers, and accounts from those who guarded the man. They have charted his journey, noted the resources allocated for his upkeep, and debated the significance of every cryptic clue. But the trail is cold, deliberately obscured by the state. The secrecy was successful. We are left to navigate the labyrinthine corridors of 17th century French politics, to weigh the likelihood of one theory against another, and to confront the frustrating reality that the definitive proof we seek may have been destroyed centuries ago. The mystery is a testament to the awesome power of an absolute monarchy to control not just the lives of its subjects, but history itself. As we bring you closer than ever to the heart of this enigma, we invite you to become part of our community of historical explorers. Don't forget to subscribe to Echoes of Time and hit the notification bell so you never miss our journeys into the past, where every discovery is an echo of humanity's great history. In the end, the Iron Mask has become more than a physical object. It is a symbol of silenced histories, of state-sanctioned secrecy, and of an identity so feared it had to be buried alive. The man behind it remains a specter, his true story lost in the annals of French history. He is at once a humble valet, a treacherous diplomat, a royal twin, and a disgraced general. He is all of them and none of them, his identity a canvas onto which we project our own fascination, conspiracy, and the enduring allure of an unsolved mystery. His name was meticulously erased, but in doing so, his captors ensured that he would never be forgotten. For over 300 years, the silence surrounding his identity has spoken volumes. And so we are left to wonder, whose truth was so terrifying that a man had to live his entire life as a ghost?